In January 2012, the doomsday clock moved 1 minute closer to midnight. The clock indicates how close we are to destroying our civilization with our own technology. On a clock where midnight represents Armageddon, the hands now read 11:55. Established in 1947 by the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, the Doomsday Clock was created by a sect of former physicists of the Manhattan Project. Disillusioned with the destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, caused by the atomic bombs that they had helped to create, they set out to warn humanity of the path our species has embarked upon, one that they believe has led to the imminent end of the world. Over the past 65 years, the clock's hands have been moved 20 times. In 2007, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists determined that for the first time since its inception, nuclear annihilation wasn't the biggest threat to humanity. As well as nuclear weapons, the growth of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and most evidently the catastrophic effects of climate change have all led British cosmologist and astrophysicist Lord Rees, among others, to predict that humanity could wipe itself out by 2100. In 2012, the world was gripped by the theory that the Earth would end on the 21st of December that year, based on a misunderstanding of the ancient Mayan calendar. However, even before the date passed, NASA researcher Dr. Tony Phillips explained that the calendar did not depict the destruction of Earth, but instead marked the refreshing of the world, a time in which God, the world's creator, would return. The theory that the world moved into a new phase in 2012 is corroborated by astrologers who state that we have since moved into the age of Aquarius. Whilst the zodiac properties of Aquarius are that of a renewed enlightenment, astrologers all state a property of this age is the cleansing of the earth. Conspiracy theorists believe that at the end of this age the only winner will be Mother Earth herself, which means an end to the planet's biggest threat, mankind. The thought of the inevitable cleansing of the Earth is promoted by NASA astrobiologist Peter Ward, who developed the Medea hypothesis. He argues that living systems are inherently self-destructive and essentially suicidal. Appropriately, the hypothesis is named after the mythological Greek character Medea, who killed her own children. Ward hypothesizes that most of the mass extinctions in history were caused not by asteroids or meteorites, but by microbes here on Earth, in an attempt to return the Earth to the microbial-dominated state it has been in for most of its existence. Essentially, the only thing life has to fear is life itself. As doomsday-like natural disasters plague the planet, the impact of global warming is evident. Geologists such as Darrell Kaufman of Northern Arizona University point out that our Earth, rather than heating up, should be in a period of cooling due to the Earth's orbital cycle, as the planet is 600,000 miles further away from the Sun than it was 2,000 years ago. However, at some point in the 20th century, the 1,000-year trend of Arctic cooling abruptly stopped and reversed, most likely due to human activity leading to a buildup of greenhouse gases. Ward believes that the actions of humankind have disrupted the delicate balance that keeps Earth habitable. As the Earth continues to warm and greenhouse gases remain trapped in the atmosphere, only the uppermost layer of the ocean will remain oxygenated, killing off aquatic life, leaving microscopic anaerobic bacteria to thrive. This bacteria survives without oxygen and gives off the byproduct hydrogen sulfide, a poison to all other life forms. Before long, the level of hydrogen sulfide in the atmosphere will become lethal, simultaneously poisoning living creatures and shredding the ozone layer. Since 2003, this process has been observed, poisoning the ocean surrounding the coast of Namibia in southwest Africa. Paul Bracken, professor of political science and business at Yale University, argues that as well as global warming, nuclear threat is still a likely cause for our own extinction. He states that since the end of the Cold War, we have been in the second nuclear age, noting that nuclear weapons are no longer confined to a few world powers, but are now integral to foreign and defense policies across the world. The presence of bomb-making materials in so many places increases the chances that even terrorist groups could get hold of enough highly enriched uranium or plutonium to use in a bomb. Ward predicts that our breathable air will be depleted within the next 2 centuries. However, before that happens, the surviving humans will face increasing tension as the arable land disappears and rising sea levels rewrite the maps of the world. The Bulletin of Atomic Scientists believes that the increasing effects of climate change will ultimately lead to widespread nuclear wars over habitable land that will end up destroying whatever is left of the world. According to the Medea hypothesis, organisms are driven to look after their own reproductive interests, regardless of the consequences. Whilst humanity embarks on paths of invention and innovation that increasingly put our world at risk, we have created an environment in which deadly microbes thrive. With the balance of harmony in this new age teetering on a tipping point, it seems very possible that we are nearing the end of the world.